Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. This is lesson number 18 from Tuhfah Al-Wasaabiyah. And inshallah today we're going to continue where we left off, going over now the Jam' al-Mu'annath السالم. So here it said الموضوع الثالث جمع المؤنث السالم وهو ما جمع بألف وتاء مزيدتين. So the Jam' al-Mu'annath السالم is a plural form for the female. So like you have muslimatun, you have muslimatun. Just like with the Jam' al-Mudhakkar al-Salim, you have muslimun, muslim, wa muslimun. Zaydun wa zaydun. Alright. Talib, talibun. Alright, but you also have tulab. I mean, there's different plural forms, but the Jam' al-Mudhakkar al-Salim, talibun. Any time that you have the ism maf'ul, the ism fa'al, or the ism maf'ul, then you can make it the Jam' al-Mudhakkar al-Salim. So here now we have the Jam' al-Mu'annath al-Salim, Jam' al-Mu'annath al-Salim, which now is the plural form, and it has an addition of an alif with ta. Alif and a ta mazidatayn. It means that it's added to it. It means that it's not from the asl of the word. That the word itself, it doesn't already have that alif and ta in it. All right, that this is extra. It's added to it, like muslimatun, muslimatun. So muslimat. So now it has alif with ta mazidatayn. The ta marbuta gets dropped, and then the alif with ta gets added to it, muslimat. Alright, so he said, نحو أحسنت الهندات تربية أولادهن. So أحسنت الهندات تربية أولادهن. So أحسنت obviously فعل ماضي مبني على الفتح لا محل له من الإعراب وتاء علامة التأنيث. الهندات here is the جمع مؤنث السالم, which is the فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. تربية it means to raise. So أحسن it means to do something in a perfect, in a good manner. So tarabiyah, it means, it comes from rabba yurabbi tarabiyah, which means to raise the children. All right, to raise the children. So tarabiyata awladihin. So awlad, obviously the plural form of walad and awlad, it means their children. So basically they did a good job raising their children. So the hendat, the hens, they did a good job raising their children. All right. So tarabiyah would be the maf'ul bih, and it's mudaf, and awlad mudaf ilay, and awlad also mudaf, and the ha is mudaf ilay. Now it depends on the type of madhab you follow, but the correct form for the i'rab is that the ha itself is a dhamir, and that the noon and the meme and all this, like the meme would be the alamat al-jam', and here which the noon al-mushaddada alamat al-jam' al-inath, alamat al-jam' walakin jam' al-inath, which means the plural form of the feminine plural form. So تربية أولادهن. فالهندات جمع مؤنث سالم مرفوع. So the hindat is the جمع مؤنث سالم, that's the form مرفوع. وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره, like we already just went over. وقد زاد على مفرده, and of course it's increased from its mufrad, which is singular form, وهو هند بالألف وتاء. Alright, so you had hind, and then you have an addition of alif with ta, hindatu, hindatun. وقد يكون رفعه بضمة مقدرة. And here it says that it can also be marfu' with a dhamma that doesn't appear. And of course this is only in one case, as he's going to explain, and that's the case of if it's mudaf ila ya al-mutakallim. Alright, other than that, obviously that's not going to happen, because you can't have all the word forms that would have the taqdir, they wouldn't appear in the Jam' al-Mu'annath al-Salim, except for if it's mudaf ila ya al-mutakallim. So muslimati, like if it's a possessive. If it's a possessive, then it becomes what? The dhamma now, it becomes muqaddara if it's marfu', obviously. Alright, if it's mansub, then it's different. وقد يكون رفعه بضمة مقدرة وذلك في موضع واحد وهو إذا أضيف إلى ياء المتكلم. So only if it's مضيف إلى ياء المتكلم, then it would only not appear. So he gave the example أثمرت شجراتي. أثمرة, it means to produce fruit. شجراتي is the plural form of شجرة. Alright, شجرة obviously is a tree. So my trees produced fruit. So he said أثمرت شجراتي. So أثمر فعل ماض مبني على الفتح لا محل له من الإعراب وتاء علامة التأنيث شجراتي. Alright, so now we have شجراتي, which is the شجرات Now shajarat is going to be فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة مقدرة على ما قبل ياء المتكلم منع من ظهورها اشتغال محل بحركة المناسبة. Alright, بحركة المناسبة. Alright, because as we talked about before, that the kasra, because the ya al-mutakallim, the only thing that yunasibuhu, the only thing that's suitable for the ya is that it has to have a kasra before it. So it has to be changed from a dhamma to a kasra to be suitable to accept the ya al-mutakallim. So it's going to be بالضمة مقدرة على ما قبل يا المتكلم. Alright, and like I said, منع من ظهورها اشتغال المحل بحركة المناسبة. Alright, and of course شجرات is مضاف, and then the ياء المتكلم is مضاف إليه. إذا ضمير متصل مبني على السكون في محل الجر بالمضاف. Alright, بالمضاف. Alright, so he said أثمرت شجراتي. وفي تنزيل في القرآن هؤلاء بناتي. بناتي. So هؤلاء here, alright, we have basically what we have is a المبتدا والخبر. So هؤلاء is اسم إشارة مبني على كسر في محل رفع مبتدا. بنات خبر مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة مقدرة على ما قبل ياء المتكلم منع من ظهورها اشتغال محل بحركة المناسبة. والبنات مضاف والياء المتكلم مضاف إليه كما سبق. Alright, just like we saw in the previous example. Alright, فكل من شجراتي وبناتي جمع مؤنث سالم مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة المقدرة على ما قبل ياء المتكلم منع من ظهورها اشتغال محل بحركة المناسبة. Alright, and all that is basically what we talked about as far as the i'rab. And now he's going to go in and talk about, like, for example, for the words where it is where the alif and the ta is from the actual makeup of the word. Alright, so it just basically it's just jama' taksir. So it wouldn't be considered jama' mu'annath salim, as we're going to see here in a second, inshallah. So he said, فَإِنْ كَانَتْ التاء أصلية. أصلية means that it's from the actual word. لوجودها في المفرد نحو بيت وأبيات. Bait here وأبيات, it means bait الشعر. It means a verse of poetry. It doesn't mean like bait biyut. Alright, so biyut, bait wa biyut, it comes, that means house. Or any place that like tabitu fihi. Because bata yabitu, it means to stay the night in a place. So bait, any place that you stay the night in. So obviously that's generally your home, so that's why it's called your home, your house. But they also use the word dar. And if you go back to the poetry, mostly you see the word dar. You don't say dhahabtu ila baytihi. Ra'aytu darahu, dar fulan, darahu. So they use the word dar more than, nowadays you see that the people, they use hadha bayti. Hadha dari, hadha dari. You even see that in the ahadith. Because the bayt is aslan, like I said, it's from bata yabitu. It's the place that you stay the night. Alright, bata yabitu. But here, this is baytun wa abiyatun. This is from the poetry. Alright, so baytun min ash-shi'r, abiyatun min ash-shi'r. So here is baytun wa abiyatun. But here, as you see that the ta is from the actual makeup of the word. The only thing that is added is the alif. So this is jama' taksir. This is not jama' mu'annath salim. He said, وكذلك الألف نحو قاضي وقضاة لم يكن جمع مؤنث سالما بل هو جمع تكسير. So the same thing here with just the addition of the ta. It's not going to be jama' mu'annath salim. It's only going to be what? Jama' taksir. So it's clear what we understand. As long as it's not from the origin of the word, it has to be alif with ta mazidatain, which means it has to be alif with ta mazidatain. It has to be added to the word. And it can't be from the origin of the word. Alright, it can't be from the origin of the word. And in that way, it's jama' mu'annath salim. So you have, like, for example, shajaratun, shajaratun. Alright, you have muslimatun, muslimatun, hindun, hindatun. وما أشبه ذلك. And like as you go further along in these books, you start to get more and more examples. And also there's more issues attached to it. But this is not the time to go into those issues. You go into a lot of those issues as you go into like a Mulhat al-I'rab, or if you go through Mutammima, then you start to see more issues connected to the Jama' Mu'annath Salim. But like for now, inshallah, hasbuna hadha. So then he said, al-mawdi' al-rabi', fi'l al-mudari'. So the fi'l mudari' نحو يحرص التقي على الخير. يحرص التقي على الخير. So the fi'l mudari', and of course, as we talked about before, al-mudari', it comes from the word ضارع, يضارع مضارعة, which means يشابه, شابه يشابه مشابهة, because يشابه الاسم. All right, because there's a mushabaha, there's some similarities between the mudari' and the ism في بعض أعماله, in some of its actions, in some of its functions. So for that reason, that's why they call it the mudari', and that's why it's also it takes the i'rab. All right, it's mu'rab. All right, so which you don't see any other word outside of the asma. All right, all you see is the ism, and you see the fi'l mudari'. Everything else is mabni, and even a large portion of the asma, they're mabni. But so everything from the fi'l amr, the fi'l madi, all of it mabni, and all the huruf mabni. All right, so the only thing that takes the i'rab outside of the asma is the fi'l mudari', and that's because here, like I said, mudara'atan, it means mushabahatan, because it has similarities to the ism fi ba'di amalihi, and some of its actions, so in some of its functions. He said, الموضوع الرابع الفعل المضارع نحو يحرص التقي على الخير. So يحرص here is the فعل المضارع مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. التقي, which is the فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. على of course is the حرف جر, and the خير مجرور بعلى sorry, and the جر ومجرور متعلق بيحرص بالفعل. All right, because the شبه الجملة, which is the ظرف, and the جر ومجرور, it has to have a تعلق. It means it has to be connected to something. It can't stand alone because it's a شبه الجملة. So it has to be connected to a fi'l. Either that fi'l is ظاهر, that you see it, or it's mahdhuf, and that you don't see it. So like for example, when we talk about zaydun fi dar, zaydun fi dar, zaydun ka'inun fi dar. So it's muta'alliq bi khabr mahdhuf, which is ka'in, which is an ism fa'al, which does the action of a fi'l, so it's connected to that. So it has to be connected to a fi'l, or anything that does the action of a fi'l, of a fi'l. So he said yahrisu at-taqiyyu ala al-khayri. So obviously here the yahrisu is the shahid. This is what we're looking at because this is the fi'l mudari'. يحرص التقي على الخير وقوله تعالى والله يقبض ويبسطه. All right, so يقبض, all right, ويبسط. So القبض here means what? بإمساك الرزق. ويبسط بتوسيع في الرزق. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala holds back the risk from some people, and he gives a lot to others, you know. And this of course is with its hikmah. فَوَاللَّهُ يَقْبِضُ وَيَبْسُطُ. So here يقبض, all right, يقبض here فعل مضارع, يبسط يعني فعل مضارع. فكل من يحرص ويقبض ويبسط فعل مضارع مرفوع لتجرده عن الناصب والجازم. لتجرده, it means that it's free of, it doesn't, there's none of the nawasib or the jawazim, because any of the nawasib or the jawazim would change it from being marfu', obviously, because if it dakhala alayhi nasib, like lan yadhhaba, so yadhhabu would be marfu', fi'l mudari' marfu'. But if you put one of the nawasib like lan or an, lan yadhhaba, now it becomes mansub, or jawazim lam yadhhab, then it becomes majzum. So because of these, the lack of appearance of the nawasib or the jawazim ala akhirihi, or not ala akhirihi fi bidayatihi, so because they don't appear before the word, then it's marfu'. All right, so and this is part of the i'rab. وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. وقد يكون الرفع بضمة مقدرة. All right, so it can also be marfu' with dhamma muqaddara, and of course this goes back to the taqdir that we talked about previously. So he said يسعى زيد إلى المجد. So يسعى here فعل مضارع مرفوع وعلامة رفعه what? الضمة المقدرة على آخره. منع من ظهورها التعذر, because here we have the alif. So يسعى زيد فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه ضمة ظاهرة على آخره إلى المجد جر ومجرور متعلق بالفعل يسعى. All right, ويزكي محمد ما يزكي. يسعى, by the way, زيد إلى المجد, and يسعى, it means that he moves towards it in a strong fashion. And this actually was described as the meshi, or the way of walking for a man, because a man is supposed to like sa'a, yas'a, and the woman is supposed to like is with the meshi generally, because the man is supposed to move in like a strong, determined manner. And of course, you can find this fa'idah in fiqh al-lugha al-tha'alabi when he talks about the different types of walking. Where he talks about the walking of the man, he uses the word yas'a, because the man is supposed to move in a determined, strong manner towards something. He's not supposed to walk lackadaisically, and he's not supposed to, just be foolish about his behavior. He's supposed to be goal-oriented, determined to get things done and to achieve things. That's supposed to be the mindset of the man. So he said, yas'a zaydun ila al-majd, and of course the majd is like honor and greatness. And you can also say like where the people praise him. And the only way that you can get to this level is obviously through the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's commands and staying away from his prohibitions. That's the only way that you can go like towards this type of majd and to have this type of honor in this dunya and in the akhirah is only through the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he said, وَيُزَكِّي مُحَمَّدٌ مَالَهُ. Alright, here he's talking about yuzaki, here it's talking about a zakat. Or it could also be saying that yuzaki Muhammadun malahu is that he increases it. And of course you increase it by putting it into like business and things like that. But also the zakat, because that's where the word zakat came from. The word zakat, it came from, the asl of it is a numu, which means an increase, the growth. Because whenever you give zakat of your money, it puts more barakah in the money and your money grows. Even though you think that you're losing money, you're not losing money. By obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're not losing anything. So he said, Yuzaki Muhammadun ma'alahu. That means that he increases or grows his wealth, And of course, the best way to grow your wealth and increase your wealth is to spend your money in the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَإِذْ تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِنْ شَكَرَتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُم. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala announced to the people, لَإِنْ شَكَرَتُمْ, if you're grateful. And that means that you take what the blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you, and you use it in his obedience, and you're not using it in his disobedience. All of that is shukr. So you're taking all the blessings, whether it's wealth, whether it's food, whether it's your health, everything that you have, and you're using that blessing in the obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ, that I will increase you in everything that you have. وَلَإِنْ كَفَرَتُمْ, so if you don't spend that in obedience, you're not thankful with this blessing, and you go and you use it in the disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inna adhabi la shadid, then my punishment is very, very severe for those people. So obviously in zakat, like yuzaki Muhammadun malahu is by using his money in obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the only way that he can increase his wealth. So yuzaki here is the fi'l المضارع, and it's marfu'. Obviously, wa alamatu raf'ihi what? It's a dhamma muqaddara. Alright, so it's a dhammatu al-muqaddaratu ala al-ya'i mana' min dhuhuriha al-thiqal. Alright, because here it's on the ya, the other one is on the alif. So if it's on the alif, that means that no harakat will show. Alright, no harakat. So it's always going to be yas'a. Even if it, if it's mansub, it will still lan yas'a. Yas'a zaydun. So no matter what the case, it's not going to change. But yuzaki, it will, if it's mansub, then the fatha will appear on it. Lan yuzakkiya Muhammadun malahu. That means now he didn't spend it in the obedience. So then he said, وَيَدَعُوا عَلِيٌّ رَبَّهُ. وَيَدَعُوا here, obviously, from dua, يَدَعُوا عَلِيٌّ رَبَّهُ. So يَدَعُوا فعل مضارع مرفوع وعلامة رفعه what? الضمة المقدرة على الواو منع من ظهورها also الثقل. Alright, because the same thing is with the waw and the ya, it is what? الثقل, because the fatha will appear on it. لن يدوع. So علي ربه. So علي فاعل مرفوع وعلامة رفعه ضمة وظاهرة على آخره. ربه رب مفعول به منصوب ورب مضاف وضمير هاء مضاف إليه. So وقوله تعالى ويبقى وجه ربك. ويبقى, same thing as the first one, as يسعى. Alright, so يبقى is the same as يسعى. And of course this ayat shows that the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is thabit lillah. ويبقى وجه ربك. But this is a wajh الذي يليق بجلاله. Alright, this is a word that is only suitable with his greatness. وَلَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٌ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٌ, that there is none like unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ, he is the hearing and السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ, he is the hearing and the seeing. All hearing and all seeing. So وَيَبْقَى وَجْهُ رَبِّكَ. So the same, like I said, يَبْقَى is the same as يَسْعَى. والله يدعو إلى دار السلام ويهدي من يشاء إلى صراط مستقيم. So والله يدعو, same يدعو here, also يدعو there. إلى دار السلام ويهدي. يهدي here is the same as يزكي. من يشاء إلى صراط مستقيم, and he guides whoever he wishes to the صراط المستقيم. And this hidayah here is the hidayah to tawfiq. The hidayah to tawfiq. Because as we've taken in the explanation of the Ha'iyah of Ibn Abi Dawood, that the hidayah is of two types. You have the hidayah al-irshad and the hidayah al-tawfiq. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَإِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي إِلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ, this is the hidayah al-irshad, that he shows the people the correct path. But it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that puts that hidayah in the hearts, where he said, وَيَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ إِلَى صِرَاطٍ مُسْتَقِيمٍ. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides whomever he wills to the straight path. So inshallah for now, let's go ahead and finish this up inshallah, because he's just bringing more examples. So he said, فَكُلُّ مَنْ يَسْعَى وَيُزَكِّي وَيَدْعُو وَيَبْقَى وَيَهْدِي فعل مضارع مرفوع لتجرده عن الناصب والجازم وعلامة رفعه ضمة المقدرة منع من ظهورها تعذر في يسعى ويبقى والثقل في الباقي. So he's saying that like all of these examples that he gave were all examples of the فعل مضارع مرفوع لتجرده عن الناصب والجازم. So that means that there's no nasib and there's no jazm connected to it. So it's مرفوع. وعلامة رفعه ضمة المقدرة منع من ظهورها تعذر. So a تعذر in those first two, يسعى ويبقى, and in the rest it is منع من ظهورها الثقل. So we'll stop here inshallah. وإلى هنا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.